Hey ladies, this is Dr. Hugh, and today I'm coming to you with a new protocol for PCOS, endometriosis, and painful cycles. I've been doing tons and tons of research on this topic, and I've come up with a very, very specific program. It's very simple, but it's very powerful, and I guarantee you, you've probably never done this protocol in your entire life. So stay tuned. If you're watching this on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, give me a thumbs up, share it. We need this content to get out there. Subscribe to my station. We need truth. We need truthful information so you can get better. So let's get into this. Let's go over what the protocol is. So this is the protocol, the new protocol for PCOS, endometriosis, and painful cycles. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find a common theme here. Now, if you're out there suffering with this thing here, with any kind of these conditions, you're probably very fully aware of the symptoms that you're experiencing. If you have PCOS, which is, some of them are excessive hair loss, ovarian cysts, irregular periods or missed periods, high testosterone, insulin resistance, fatigue, and acne. So if you're out there suffering, I just want to let you know there is hope for you to get better. You just have to come up with a plan that gets to the root cause of the the root cause of the problem. Same thing here if you're suffering with endometriosis, pelvic pain, infertility, excessive bleeding, constipation, nausea. All these things are common symptoms of endometriosis. Now, what I'm really going to be talking about today is the relationship between sugar and inflammation, sugar, PCOS, sugar, endometriosis, and sugar and painful periods. So the protocol is we have to make sure that your sugar levels are in very consistent ranges, what I consider to be a sweet spot, sweet range, and I'll be covering that in a bit, and the protocol as well, just so you understand, like, this isn't my opinion. There's lots of research on this. If you're on my website, I'll link some of the research articles where I'm getting this. So diabetes and so clinical management of PCOS, a clinical review, a lot of great content in there. Here's another study that says that insulin and PCOS treatment. So what is this all about? So let's get in this. So right here, what you're looking at is this would be the blood sugar level. So right down here, we have 70 down in here, and then we have 140. So this is the range of blood sugar. Can be 70. Let me blow me up so you can see me a little bit better. Okay, can be 70 is low, and then we have 140. So this is just the range that we have. Now, here's the thing. This is the sweet spot. The sweet spot is between 80 and 120. So this is where you want to have your blood sugar fall. Now, when I'm talking about blood sugar, I'm talking even after you eat meals. So this is going to include when you're eating meals and when you're fasting. So what you want to do is you want to check your blood sugar several times a day, and I'll go over the protocol. And you want to have this your blood sugar between 80 and 100. This is the sweet spot right here. Now, if you're lower than 80 down here, what we would call hypoglycemia, this can cause inflammation. This can contribute to PCOS. This can contribute to endometriosis. This can contribute to painful periods. Why? Because if you're out of this sweet spot, what happens is the sugar causes inflammation. If you have high sugar levels, you're going to have a high insulin, and this is pro-inflammation. Your body's going to be in a state of pro-inflammation. So we want you, very simply, to be through this cycle, through the sweet spot, the whole entire day. We do not want this. This is what's going to cause problems. So the normal sweet spot, we want you in here. You eat food, you kind of go up and down in this whole sweet spot right here. This is ideal, 80 to 120. Now, let's say you eat some food and you spike up way here to 140 or 150, 160, and then you come down here, and then you eat another food, then you spike up, and then you might go all the way down to this hypoglycemic pattern. This is a very dangerous pattern. This is a pattern that causes chronic inflammation. And these diseases, all your female organs there'll be more disease in there if you're in a state of chronic inflammation. So we really want to get your sugar in a sweet spot. And the protocol is very simple. And it only took me 23 years to come up with this after all the research. I'm like, okay, this is pretty simple. Let's connect the dots here. So this is the sweet spot. The sweet spot is right in here. If you're outside this range here, this could possibly contributing to your problems that you are experiencing. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go on Amazon, and I'll send a link down below. And this is what you're going to want to buy. This is $30. This is what you're going to be getting. You're going to be getting this glucose meter. We're going to be measuring your glucose. You're going to be getting this thing that pricks your finger. And then you're also going to be getting the slides that measures your glucose levels right in here. So this is the kit that you want to buy. $30. Super cheap, super affordable. Now, this is the protocol. Now, you have to do this protocol very specifically for a week. And why for a week? Because we want to make sure that we get enough data here to see what's happening. So this is what happens. This is the protocol to check to see where your sugar levels are right in here. So this is the protocol. Okay, so what does the protocol look like? Is when you get up in the morning, you're going to take your blood sugar. Before you eat, you're going to take your blood sugar. 30 minutes after you eat, you take your blood sugar. 1 hour after you take your blood sugar. 2 hours after you take your blood sugar, and before you go to bed. And another one here, if you wake up in the middle of the night, you take your blood sugar. Now, let's say you eat 3 meals. You're going to eat 1, 2, 3 meals. That means that you do this protocol for every single meal. So the first week, you may be pricking your finger here 15 times in a day. You might be using this 15 times in a day. But what is this going to do? This is going to give us a range. We're going to have clinical data from your blood sugar levels. Are you having high spikes? Are you having low spikes? Or are you in the sweet spot? Now, what's so powerful about this, if you collect this data and you actually see that you fall out of that range, if you collect that information and you fall out of this range, out of this green zone here for go, if you're up here and down here, this is telling you this is contributing to your problem, to your female problem, to your overall inflammation. And the female organs just do not work in, good in an environment that is inflamed. So this is the real critical data. Now the thing is, well, what do you do about it if you're actually high? And there's going to be a high probability that you're actually high, and there's more information on my website about this. So with that being said, just remember, where there's help, there's hope. You can get better. If you're looking for some help, schedule a Zoom call, and we can get on the phone and see what we can do to get you better. Take care. Bye-bye.